ready?
Yep.
I'm ready.
Mel, this looks like pretty dirty, tough work you do.
Yeah, it's pretty filthy work. You know, the windscreen's your office window. It's just fantastic.
When big rigs like this roll into town, most people don't expect pocket rocket Rachel Willis to be behind the wheel.
I get laughed at all the time. I'm like, why, how do you drive that? You're so small. And then, you know, everyone expects a bloke to jump out of a truck. So when I pull up and I get out and I'm even smaller than the average person, it's always a bit of a shock.
5 foot Rachel is one of a growing number of women keeping the country moving.
People always laugh about being able to reach the pedals and being able to control the thing, but I figure it's big, everyone gets out my way.
But Rachel's job is deadly serious, transporting thousands of litres of flammable liquid across the Pilbara.
It's twice as dangerous because if somebody hits me, the whole thing's going to blow up. It's not just an accident and they're going to tip over on the side of the road.
Without trucks, you actually are stuffed in life.
Heather Jones is a trailblazing truckie. For 20 years, she's been promoting women in the industry.
They'll ask questions and they'll probably drive you insane by asking questions, but they get it right the first time. They're a lot more careful on the gear and they are a lot cleaner. And clients actually enjoy seeing a female turn up in a truck.
With more than 500,000 licensed truck drivers in Australia, women make up just 2%. But here in the northwest, it's around 15%, thanks to hard-working Heather.
We're trying to encourage a lot more women into the industry because we actually need bums on seats.
She says a national shortage of truck drivers is just around the corner, with road freight tipped to double in the next 15 years.
So it's probably a guaranteed form of employment and occupation if you become a truck driver. We've got another 500,000 jobs that we're looking for.
Heather's recruitment drive extends to her own family.
Brought up in the truck, homeschooled for a number of years and just doing heaps of runs with Mum all over WA.
25-year-old Kirsty recovers cars from serious crashes, but admits growing up with a truck-driving mum wasn't always easy.
We'd make her drop us around the corner because we were really embarrassed. And then all the guys at school were really, impressed and they said, "God, can we go with your mum?"
5-1.
Even Heather's 70-year-old mother, Connie, has jumped behind the wheel as a pilot driver for oversized loads.
We try and keep the load safe from the drivers coming towards us and keep the drivers safe from the load that they may hit.
3 generations of truck driving women.
That's pretty special, isn't it?
I suppose it was. It just happened that way, and it's great to have the support.
And you're never too old and you're never too young.
Oh, you've got to be careful about it because you've got like 42 tonne and you need to be able to, it's a heavy bit of machinery.
Mel Murphy is manoeuvring a huge excavator onto the back of her truck for a trip out to a mine site. She says truckies have to deal with all sorts of conditions.
It can rain, it can be dark, you've got livestock, you've got cars that don't understand the size of us on the roads.
Other drivers are their number one concern, especially grey nomads.
Depending on where you are, you can actually have your caravan implode or explode by the winds that are sucking in your caravan.
Just yesterday, Heather Jones photographed 3 caravans that had collided with trucks in a 500-kilometre stretch of highway.
People tend to go, oh my God, there's a truck coming, I don't want to wait and get behind it. So they pull out in front of it. So, we're already going the speed, we can't just slow down. That's the hardest thing.
Overtaking can be deadly, but two-way radios make it much safer.
If you're towing a caravan and you'd like to pass us, then give us a call and we'll get you round as safely and as soon as possible.
The professionals say foreign drivers unfamiliar with our road rules and conditions also pose a big risk.
Some are very polite and they understand, get off the road, we're there to warn them. Others take no notice of it. And we really have trouble trying to keep them off the road. Once they see the load, of course, they all of a sudden brake and swerve.
They're the Pilbara's heavy haulage heroines, smashing stereotypes and slogging it out in some of the country's harshest conditions.
Some days we have 52, 54 degree heat.
There's no room for error. You've got to keep those wheels on the road and that's a real challenge.
I have been told, but don't like to blow my own horn, but yeah, I have been told that I can definitely run circles around the boys.
If you could say one thing to other drivers on the roads, what would it be?
Just pay attention.
If you're on holidays, slow down, enjoying the ride and use us as your bull bar.